And did you carry on working with the purchaser once you've gone through the process, and of course you're on the ski lift and the number appears that clearly just about fills the screen, which is a lovely memorable moment, but do you then go on and work with the purchaser post acquisition?
Yeah, Mervyn and I both agreed that we would stay on. Merv time limited his. He said, I'll stay on for a year. And I said, I'm happy to stay on as long as I'm, still enjoying it. So we had no earn out, so to speak. We had a few things to sort out relating to the lease on the property that the buyer was leasing from us, because Mervyn and I still own the property. We had a few things to sort out, but it wasn't an earn out, so there wasn't any pressure to stay as such. So yes, I stayed. The buyer was in the States, and they remained in the States, and they didn't put anyone from their side of the business in the UK. So anyway,
Gotcha.
So I stayed as kind of co-MD, I think we called it, and it was meant to be for 6 months. I think it went on for just over a year as me as co-MD, as I slowly let go of things, shall we say, and handed things over, and got the meetings set up for the reporting back to the States and things like that. And I ended up staying on. Let me think. It's 2017. I ended up staying in the end for 15 months, I think.
Okay.
I had a bit of a possibly unrealistic view of what working for my company once I'd sold looked like.
Yeah.
So I think what I wanted to do was become an engineer again, because I'd spent so much time dealing with crap and not doing the engineering that I enjoyed. And
Yeah.
I was looking forward to that, but because I remained as a co-MD, I still felt the sense of responsibility that I didn't want to feel. And although I was able then to do more engineering, once you've been people's bosses, you can say you're an engineer again, but they still look at you like you're their boss.
You're a boss.
So
Yep.
what I really wanted out of staying there was to have some co-workers, but that didn't suddenly materialise just because I'd sold the business. To them, I was still the same bloke in the same office, sat at the same desk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which makes sense.
So
yeah, it makes sense.
My expectations of how it would pan out, I think, were unrealistic. So I wasn't getting what I was hoping, the change I was hoping for in staying there. So I left after about 15 months.
Gotcha.
Steve, from your perspective, do you think the acquirer found it harder to achieve what they wanted to achieve post-completion as well?
Yes, they did. I mean, they tried quite hard to put someone in place in the UK, and they had a good guy on their side, but they couldn't make the package work for them to move over to the UK. So the plan was for them to put someone in place in the UK who would then have been more of the figurehead of the company, but they couldn't get the package right to make them want to move over, because the guy's wife, her job wasn't going to be flexible enough for them to move, so they ended up staying in the US. So, and as far as I understand it, there's still no one in the UK, so my engineering manager now runs the company, so he's now the one losing the hair in the UK, and he reports regularly back to the States.